So today we are going to discuss about Jenkins master and slave concept. Okay, so in the Jenkins we have a master slave concept where we have a slave in the sense it's a machine where you can run multiple jobs. Okay, it's work as an agent. So if you see here, we have our main master Jenkins installer, one server which is EC2 instance. Okay, we will install one more server where we will install Java, which is a dependency of the Jenkins. Okay, we require to install prerequisite of Jenkins that we have to install the Java. So we will install the Java on this and we will create one directory. Okay, and we will take all like SSH connection of this slave and we will give all the SSH connection to master. So when we are defining the multiple pipelines, when we are building the jobs, there we will mention that it has to be executed on these machines. Okay, machine 1 and machine 2. So in our scenario, we will take only one master and one as a agent slave. Okay, why we required? So we have some theory part for this to cover it. Actually, the master and slave node concept is used to distribute the workload and manage the execution of job across the multiple machines. In the sense where you have multiple pipelines, instead of making all the pipeline on the master Jenkins, we can make add 2 more machines or based on our requirement, and we can execute some of the pipelines and the jobs to be executed here and deployed it. So we are making like a load wise, decreasing the load, and we are executing based on our requirements. Okay. So master is the main Jenkins server, as we mentioned. This is a master where we are going to interface everything, right? Web interface. So it will have all the Jenkins environment. Okay, master node itself can also execute the build, but for the longer workload, additional slave nodes are often used to distribute the load. End of the day, the topic is that to distribute the load, right? The slave node is also known as an agent or the work node. Okay, the machine is configured to offload the build and development task from the master node. The main concept of this slave node, as I mentioned, that is to offload the build and deployment task from the master and take from the master and work as to execute in the slave node. Multiple slave node can be connected to a single master node, providing scalability and parallelism for handling multiple builds concurrently. Based on our organization, if you have, for example, if you are handling 25 pipelines, okay, so if you're running only on the one machine Jenkins, so it's not recommended as per DevOps concepts that it may be triggering workload, heavy workload. We cannot use all the pipeline parallelly based on if you're assigning any webhooks, okay, auto trigger webhooks, then it's recommended to go with the master and slave architect. Okay, and we will see now, and we will try to how to configure. Okay, now we have covered short theory part. Now let's go and see and to configure master and slave, and we will provide connection between both of that, and we will take some simple pipeline and we will try to execute from master Jenkins in the slave Jenkins, right, node. So let's go to the AWS. Okay, this is the AWS. We will be launching 2 instances, right? One is for the master and one is for the slave, right? So I will mention that Jenkins master, right? Or I will keep it Jenkins itself, so it should not make. I'll take Ubuntu, right? I'll take the same T2 micro and I will create new pair like Jenkins master key, right? Master key PIM is fine for me. Okay, it's in downloaded. Let me keep default VPC, no issue. Let it be the same thing. Okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, right? So what we have done, we have taken Ubuntu OS system in the AWS hostings, right? We have created a T2 micro, security group also enabled. Remaining ports we will open later on, right? So what I will do, I will take separate key, so it should not be any complicated or any to make it easy way. We'll go one more and we will create one more easy. Okay, this is fine. Okay, What we will do now, first we will install the Jenkins on the master. So let me name it master here, Jenkins master, right? Okay, I'll copy here. Then I'm to the mobile extern where I have to mention the host. I copied already IP address from there, so I'll be mentioning 112, right? Then I will just click here. Okay, and what I will do, I will upload the Jenkins master key, right? Just I'll click OK. So it will authenticate our key, right? So fine, sudo su, right? So let me just control L, right? Let me increase the font so it should be visible to you clearly. Fine. The main task is what we will do it now. We will just rename it so that it should not be any like confusion. So what we will do it, we will change the name of this machine, right? Just I will take the command host name set ctl set host name. I'll keep Jenkins master, right? So what I will do it, I will just keep small letter, right? Fine. Now what we will do it, we will exit. Okay, sudo su, right? Now if you see here, our IP is converted into the name which we have mentioned above. Just the sake of this one to remember that which machine is this. Okay, so now what we will do, we will install, let me control it, we will install the Jenkins on this master machine, right? I will go back here, then I will go for the official document. Always like I will just ask Jenkins on Ubuntu, right? So I'll be to the official page of the Jenkins where I have to click the Debian. So now it's to the official. So what they say that we require OpenJDK 17 version, right? So prerequisite is that we need a Java. So what I will do it, I will copy the command from here. I will go and I will paste here, right? What's the next command? We have to be prepared, so it should not take more time. Fine. Our machine is low T2 micro, which is covering in the FreeTAG. That's why it's taking time. If you're going for the powerful machine, then it's execute very fastly without taking the time, right? This is tutorial only for our practice way and for the knowledge. So we are using FreeTAG machines and FreeTAG option, whatever we can use the resources in the FreeTAG to not to be budget myself. So we are going for the FreeTAG. So now what it's turning is installing the Jenkins on the master, right? So what we have to do next, we have to check is our Java is installed or no. Sorry, let me correct. I mentioned that it's installing Jenkins. No, it's installing OpenJDK. That means Java version, right? Okay. If I check the version, it's indicating that okay, fine, JDK 17 is installed. What the next step, we have to go and install the Jenkins. To install the Jenkins, there are the commands given and we have to go for LTS, is a long-term support, right? Just click here, fine. Then I'll go back with the second command. I'll copy and I will paste, right? It's very easy. It's not, if you practice for 1 or 2 times, then it's fine. You can able to do it everything on your own through the webs, I mean through the browser. You don't require any documentation or something else. So you should be able to do from the official documented provided by any tool or application, right? We have done this part. The next part, what we will do, we'll install the Jenkins. So let me copy this command, just paste it here. So it will prompt me to press Y. Yes, I will follow your instructions. Okay, this let's get installation. Before that, what we will do it, as we know that Jenkins default port is 8080, right? So we have to enable in the security group in the firewall. So what we will do it, we will open this in a new tab. So just I will go and I will add a rule here. Just a second. TCP, and I will give 8080 port. I will click here and it will be safe, right? Fine. The port is running on, still is executing. Okay, fine. Jenkins is installed, right? So the next step what we have to do it, we have to enable the Jenkins, so it should be automatically enabled, right? Whenever we restart or reboot our server EC2 instance, automatically it should be rebooted, right? So we are enabled, we are following the official document, right? So what they have instructed, we're following the same things. So if we check the status, then it will prompt me the state is running, right? Active and running. And this is the key which we have to log in into our Jenkins, right? So what we will do now, we will go here, we will copy the IP of my server, right? I will paste here, then I will take 8080 port. We already opened 8080 port, right? So this one we will close it. Fine. Where is the password? If you check here, it's mentioned that I can copy from this one, from this path. If I use cat command, cat, and this one here, the password will be displayed, or else I can copy from here itself. This is also the same, right? So I'll copy from here, just I will paste. So it's authenticating, it's fine. So it's showing me that yes, fine. So one of the plugins are getting installed. So in this meanwhile time, what we will do it, we will go and install one more slave Jenkins, right? Jenkins slave. We will take Ubuntu again. T2 micro is fine for me. I'll take new capeware because it should not be any issue. Jenkins slave, right? I'll create new capeware. Okay, this is downloading and downplay. VPC is fine for me. I'll keep security gate default. Okay, fine. I don't need to create anything. Just I will launch the instance, right? Let me check is everything is fine. Okay. Control plus C. Your exit now. Okay, let me click the ID. Fine. So we have two instances now, one in master, which we are working. The new one which we have created is Jenkins slave, right? I'll copy the IP here. So what we will do it, I will create one more session. Just here, I will paste. I will give Ubuntu. I will go here. I will just take it here. Jenkins slave, right? Then okay, fine. Yes, its authentication is passed. So let me switch to super user, root user, right? Control L. So what we will do here, we will rename this machine again, right, with slave. Where we are, okay, fine, is changed. Here also fine. Let me rename. Fine, right? Instead of IP, we are saying Jenkins master and Jenkins slave, right? So now what the thing is that here we have installed pre-request Java into EC2 instance machine. Then we have installed Jenkins, but in the slave we don't require Jenkins. We will only install the Java, right? So for that we have to go again for the Jenkins, right? I will just take Ubuntu Jenkins on Ubuntu. I'll go here into the official jenkins.io, then I'll click Ubuntu, my operating system, then I'll go back and I will install the Java, right? Java. So the first step what they're providing me is that I have to update my system. Okay, fine. I'm following your instructions. Then I have to use this command to install JDK 17. Open JDK 17, right? Let me click here. So it will prompt me that why. Okay. Then what we will do, we will validate that is my Java is installed properly or no. If you use this command, it should prompt me that yes. Okay. Till that, what we will do, we will go and configure the Jenkins master, right? So what I will give username like Jenkins master, right? Jenkins master. Okay, fine. Password I will keep 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9. Okay, so this is for the testing process. I will be deleting, so I'll be sharing with you. Right, I will copy this master username in the document too, so that I should where I will keep here, right? The control is the user, right? Password is okay 789, right? The email I will give it Asim. Okay, fine. I can give any name. I'll give Asim at Muhammad. Okay, Gmail, and save it. It's prompting me that okay, this is a URL through which you can access, right? It's fine. The Jenkins is ready. We will check in the slave machine. Yes, the Java is already installed, so let us check the version is fine or no as per Jenkins requirement. Let me copy the command. It should prompt me that it is 17 version, right? So if I click here, yes, it's prompting me that this is done. So we will cover the lab now. So what we'll go for the dashboard. Okay, this is the dashboard of the Jenkins. Okay, from the dashboard we will go here. We will go to the manage Jenkins, right? In the manage Jenkins, if you check the dashboard, there nodes is there. You have the setup, that system, tools, and plugin. In the systems, you have to add the SSH server credentials. If you want to add any server, then you can ask from there. In the tools session, you can add the Jenkins, like a Maven tool or the Sonar Cube or any Argo CI CD. Any tool you want to add, you can add in this one, right? And the next part, we have plugins. Here is the plugins where you can add the plugins like as per the Git authentication nodes. Okay, in the nodes, if you click the nodes here, we have the default built-in node for the Jenkins. So now our aim is to create one new Jenkins slave, right? So I'll click new node here. Just I will give a name to remember that this node is for this use case. So in my case, I'll be naming as DevOps -slave, right? Slave one. So I'll be mentioning that this is a permanent agent, right? So I have to click on the permanent agent now. Okay, create. So it will take me to the details that we have to mention. So I will give the description so that I should remember that what this slave one is used for. So this is for demo or Jenkins slave integration, right? Slave integration. Just I will keep the number of the executor 1. The reason for that is my machine is T2 micro, so it has only one CPU and one RAM. In your case, if your machine is very powerful, it is C5 or M5 family. If you have 4 GB RAM or 4 CPU, based on use case, you can create number of executors. That means parallelly you can run number of pipelines builds, right? In your project, if you have multiple 10 pipelines, then you want to run 10 pipelines at one time, okay, parallelly, then you have to create 10 executors. To have the 10 executor, then you need powerful machine, right? Powerful EC2 machine. So based on use case, you can adjust that. For in my case, I'll be taking only one because my machine is only minimum configuration, which is T2 micro. Okay, So this part is already created. What is like why we are taking one as number of executors. Fine. Okay. The next things in the real-time scenario depend on the use cases, that it can be 1 or 10 as I mentioned before. Okay, the remote directory, so we have to give the remote directory. Okay, where we have to mention which directory the workspace to be created. So for this we have to create in the our Jenkins slave. Okay, we'll go to the Jenkins slave terminal, okay, to the server. Then we will create a one directory. So what we will do it okay, cd/opt. Okay, we are into the opt, right? So here we will create one directory with mkdir command, Jenkins slave, right? Jenkins slave 1. Okay, okay, fine. I have mistyped, so let me just type once again mkdir. It's okay. The default the directory is created now. Just what we will do, we will move into the directory. So if I check like where I'm currently, so pw printing me work, right? So if I move to the Jenkins, if I check, this is the directory, default directory, right? opt Jenkins master. We will copy here in the remote directory. Okay, fine. We have specified this is a directory where the Jenkins has to create his workspaces. Okay, this part is done. opt Jenkins slash and say slave, right? So the next step, what we have to give a label. So what we will do, we can give multiple optional labels you can create as per your requirement, and now I will create as a QA. Okay, so the reason for to give it if you're creating a new pipeline there, if you mention the label, then automatically it will take this label, this machine, and it will build in slave 1. Okay, so this to specify that if you're matching with the option in the new pipeline and with this one, so it will build it. Okay, here there is just two options now: use this node as much as possible, or only build with the label expression matching this node. If you click this one, as I mentioned before, that if you're mentioning QA label in your pipeline, then only your builds will be done in Jenkins slave 1. Okay, so this is a one more option. Or if you're going for second option, that use this build as much as possible, that every build will be done in this slave 1. So we will go with this scenario that all the builds should be done in slave, not in the masters. Okay, so this we have selected, use this node as much possible. Then we will keep a launch method. Okay, so here we have to check SSH-KEY, right? So first one is launch agent by connecting, the second via execution of command on the controller, but we are proceeding with the third, launch agent via SSH, right? Here we need to provide the host IP. So what's my host IP? That you have to go to the AWS, right? There I have to check the Jenkins slave. Fine, this is the IP of my Jenkins slave. Just what I will do it, I will copy, right? I will copy and I will paste here the IP. Fine, so this is the IP address of my EC2 instance, right? Okay, now what we have to do it, we are using credentials, right? So we have to authenticate with SSH keys. So what we will do it, I will just go back to my terminal. Fine, okay, to the terminal. Let me just go here, click first. What we will do, we will just open the terminal. We will go back to the root users. Okay, so what we will do, we will just okay, fine, we will create a key now. SSH key gen, this command will create a key, that public key and the private key, right, which we can use for SSH connection. If you hit enter, then it's prompting us generating public private RSA key. Okay, so file is fine. I'm not keeping any passphrase passwords. Okay, so it's blank, the key is generated. So where it is generated, it has provided me the path also. So I'm just following the same path, cd root .ssh, right? Fine. So if you do the LL, then you will be seeing that you have one authorized keys, then you have ID private key, and you have ID RSA public key, right? So these two keys already generated with the command, right? With the command keygen we have here. Just I will go no. If I check cd /RSA, okay, it's wrong. Fine. I have to use the cat command to view the key, right? So I will use the key. Okay, so it displayed me this one. So what I will do it, I will just minimize this so it should be visible to you. So I have to copy this private key, right? And I paste in the Jenkins configuration. Fine, we'll go back to the Jenkins configuration. Then I'll click add. Then I'll go here. Then I'll give the username. Username, what is it? Okay, this authentication should be this credential. This, if you click here, it's mentioned US SSH username, right? With private key. Okay, if you come here, I have to give the ID, right? Just ID I'll mention as Jenkins slave 1, or I can keep Jenkins slave. Okay, fine. Just to remember us, and I'll give the description what the use case. So I should be remember that this credential is used for this. Okay, this credential is for Jenkins slave 1. Fine. I will click the username. If you go here and you check, we are logging and executing as a root, right? So I have to mention the root here. Okay, so what I will do, I'll go back and I will mention that root. Okay, so I have to log in as a root. Then treat username as sacred. This is option. If you require, you can take it or else leave it. So then what we have to do, we have to paste the private key. Okay, just click on this enter directly. Then you have to mention add. Then what we will do, we'll copy the private IP which we have created in the server, right? So I will be copying from here, from the begin to the down up to the last step, right? So you don't copy any extra, it can create an issue. Just paste here. Don't insert anything like backspace or enter or comma, anything. You should be careful while inserting this key. Okay, just go down. Passphrase, we have not given any passphrase while creating the SSH key, so I'll keep it blank. If you have given any key, then you can mention here. Okay, fine. So then I'll click now. I will just add the keys which we have created. We have created user, right? Root with the root user. Okay, fine. And if you know host key verification strategy, so just if you click here on this one, then we have to click non-verifying verification strategies, right? The above steps are not relevant for our use case currently. Okay, this is fine. Just scroll down and we will keep this agent online as possible. Okay, fine. We'll click this one. And if you have any additional, like you have to provide the Java JVM option, these are the option. If you require, you can just configure it based on your requirement. In our testing environment, we don't require, just save. Okay, so now what happened, we already added the node, that means slave 1 we have added, right? Jenkins slave 1. Just click on this and it's prompting me this agent is offline. Just we have to launch the agent. If you click the launch agent, then it will launch it, but the step is that it will fail. What we have to do it now, the next step is that if you check here, you have one more key, right? ID RSC public. This key we have to paste in authorized keys. So let us see what the content is there in this. Okay, dot public enter. Okay, this is the key, right? Fine. What we will do it, we will just copy the content of this file. VI, you will be using a VI editor to open the authorized keys, right? Okay, fine. Authorized keys. Then you have to insert insert. Then you have to come to the last words. That means use your arrow keys. It's not providing me to go down, so I'll be using only the arrow key, right? Just go to the end of this file, right? What we have copied, or else what we will do, we will add one more. Okay, what we will do, sudo su. The thing is that we have not copied the public file, so now we'll go another one more time to the directory. Okay, in the directory, if you ll here, okay, fine. The key is not here, key is in the .ssh, right? Sorry, we did a mistake. So we'll go back now with the cd command, fine, to the root directory, main directory. Then what we will do, we will go here, fine. I will queue and I'll exit, right? So what we will do now, just we will open here, okay, .ssh, right? In the ssh, so what we will do, we'll copy here. Just move .cd to this one directory, then ll. Now what I have to do it, I have to copy the public RP, right? So okay, vi authorize keys. Okay, we have opened the keys, then press I for the insert, then you come to the bottom of this content. Okay, just scroll down, just enter. Okay, now go back to the terminal which we have created, right? Just what we'll do it now, we will copy the content of id rsa.public. Okay, just use cat command to view the content in that. Okay, so okay, this is the content. Just let me zoom again, zoom back, zoom out. Okay, I'll copy here from SSH to the end of 10, right? So and up to the IP address. Don't copy any additional, just copy the same as it is. Go here, plus paste with the right click. Okay, so it's paste. Just what you have to do, press escape, press semicolon, press WQ to exit from this VI terminal. Okay, so we have editor, we already exit. So what we did, we added IDSA public key to the authorized keys and IDSRA to our Jenkins agent, right? SSH. So now what we'll do, we will launch the agent now. So if you click here, it's showing me the connection is successful. If you scroll up, you will be seeing, right, authentication is successful. We successfully authenticated our server, that is Jenkins slave, right? So this all agents successfully connected and online. It's showing me all the prompt, right? So by default, what happened, the Jenkins will create a .jar file, okay, in spacework which we created there, right? If you see here, this the executors also added, right? This was a default from the Jenkins master. This is the one which we added this machine, right? This is a slave one machine. So what we will do, we will do some testings, right? So we'll create one simple pipeline. We'll create one simple pipeline and we will see what we can do it. Okay, just we'll go and we'll click on the new pipeline. We'll keep as a Jenkins slave one, or we can give any name, test. Okay, so we'll click freestyle project. Then we'll give some description, so we should remember that okay, this pipeline is for this use case. So test for Jenkins, fine. We'll keep everything blank because we are only testing now. Okay, we'll go down. What we will do it, we'll go down. Let us see, we have content here. Okay, we'll keep everything blank because just to test that our builds are executing in Jenkins or no. Okay, Jenkins slave instead of Jenkins master. Okay, so okay, we'll scroll down. What we'll do, we will add some steps. So I'll use the execute shell and I will give one command. So ls no, we will do one thing. We will give some command like touch. We'll create some files. Okay, that's fine. Touch, we'll use test, or better we will use index.html. okay, is the better one, just to view that it is created or no. So what we will do, we'll use index.docs.html file. Okay, we are creating one index. Just save here, and if you click the build now, it has to build the pipeline, right? Pipeline doesn't, it will create only one file what we have mentioned. If you go to the dashboard, okay, so what is saying that, okay, if you click here, you'll be saying that label we give QA is fine, build is fine. Go back again, and what we will do, we will see, okay, 16 seconds before it's done. If you click here one more time, it will be getting built, right? So what we'll do, we'll go and check it in the Jenkins slave one, right? We'll go to the terminal, fine. What we'll do, we'll go to the workspace what we have created. The workspace is default, what we have created is OPT and Jenkins, right? If you LL here, if you are seeing that, see the Jenkins I created remote.jar, right? When you made connection successfully between Jenkins master and Jenkins slave. So the connection is, and it's created one workspace also. Let's go into the workspace. Okay, if you do LL, you will be seeing Jenkins slave one test, right? This is a pipeline we have created, right? Okay, we'll go inside that and we'll see what is the content is there inside. This everything is in the Jenkins slave, right? The machine is. So if you click here, fine. If you click on this, right? If you go on the configure, let us see what we have mentioned, that which file to be created. Okay, we have mentioned the touch index.html, right? We said that please create one index.html. Fine. So let us see that it's successfully created or yes, it's showing me index.html. Fine. So that means it's successfully created, right? So it's building in that. So what we will, okay, so if you check the output of this console output, then it's showing me that it's created in DevOps Slave 1 QA and workspace also same. If I want to check from here, just I will copy the path, just I will use cd command, right, to exit, and I'll paste that directly. I'll be into the workspace now. If you LL here, you're seeing that index.html. Fine. So in our use case, what we will do, we'll create one more file to check that it is working successful or no, right? So I'll go just configure, I'll go in the bottom, then I will add one more command, like okay, shell command. What we'll do, we'll create one more file with my name, touchRCIM.html. Fine. Now just click save and build. Now you should be seeing build 3. Okay, build 3 is successful, right? If I go to the terminal back, if I LL that, I should be able to see RCIM. Yes, that means our connection is successfully done between the master, Jenkins master, and the Jenkins slave. Okay, this is how you create it. Fine. What we will do next, we'll just go and we will check the configure. Fine. Okay, so what is there? If you click here, only build job with label expression matching this node. You have mentioned QA as label, right? So if you usage in the usage, if you click here, okay, so what happened? It will not take all the builds. It will take only the label of QA. Okay, this is the way you can restrict if you want like specific QA pipelines only to be triggered and build in Jenkins 1. Okay. You can make environment like QA environment, dev environment pipelines to be separate slaves for you can keep like QA separate, DF separate based on use case. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, thank you for connecting.